tell you that when you coach long enough, you have all these different experiences, and then you use them to try to build teams. So before I turned into the professional side, I was telling the Staubach players one day, I was coaching at Princeton University, and we had a good team. It's university football. You have a mix of players on the team. You have some that are incredibly smart. They come to Princeton mainly for research and studies, and then on the side they like to play a little football. And then you have some that are still good students, but they're also there more for football. And we had a goalkeeper, he was the first category. And one day in the training, he got hit right in the head with a shot. And I was standing only a few meters away. And when he got hit, he went 3.141519, and I looked at him and I said, Jack, what the hell are you doing? And he says, Coach, every time I get hit in the head, I recite pi to 50 places to make sure I didn't lose my memory. He was a bad goalkeeper. He now works for Bell Labs and done incredibly well. But I joke that I knew that day it was time for me to get out of university football and start to see if I could find new challenges. And so, new challenges. I worked in Major League Soccer for many years, and then I had a chance to coach the U.S. team. Anytime you have an opportunity to coach your own national team, this is an incredible honor. Culminated in the World Cup in 2010. We won our group. We lost to Ghana. This Ghana thing is going to come up a few more times. It's amazing how this stuff works. Because then, when I was finished in 2011 with the U.S. team, I was hoping to get back into club football. There's a difference, of course. When you work as a national team coach, you don't have your players every day. And what you are always trying to do is still establish a way of working so that every time you come together, you pick up on where you left off, that you try to establish an identity. And in 2007, when the cycle began, we said, what are we going to be about? When we get to the World Cup, how will we play? What's our mentality? And all the things we can't control, but what we can control is, again, what are we going to be about? And, I think in 2010 we were a team that, even when things didn't come easy, everyone was competing in the right ways. We put a lot into it. We fought from behind. And so there was a real positive buzz about our team in the U.S. And then, again, we lose to Ghana. So when I finished with the U.S., then I'm thinking, okay, club football. I need to be back every day. And all of a sudden, I get this call from Egypt. And they said, we want you to come and speak. And so now I go. Interesting timing, because it was 7 or 8 months after the revolution. And you go and you have no idea what will it be like there? What will the players be like? How will what's going on in the country affect the team? And yet what I found was that there was this group of guys, and that they thought it was such a big opportunity for them to go to the World Cup at a time when it was so difficult in their country. And in the midst of everything, I'm sure many of you know that then there was this terrible incident in Port Said, in the stadium, where was a match between Ali, which is the biggest club in Egypt, and then another team called Masri. And on that day, 74 young, really kids, went to the stadium and they lose their lives. And many of the players on the Egyptian team played for Ali. And when that happened, this was months after I was there, then, you know, you think you've done your homework. You think that, all right, I know what to expect when I go there. I know that they've not been in a World Cup since 1990. I know that they, as a country, they love football, but you never planned for that. And yet, when that happened, they shut the league down. You have players in the moment who don't know about their careers, they're not getting paid, and yet it was incredible because every time we had a camp, they would still come in and they were still motivated and still determined that we were going to try together to do something special. And so my take on everything there was just that, you know, here you are in the US and you have a way of working with a team and you try to create an identity. And then you're in Egypt. And with all the things that changed, actually, it was the same process. It was getting to know people. It was challenging them. It was finding a way that when we came together, we knew how to work. We knew how to communicate. That was, of course, a challenge because I speak shwaya shwaya. Okay, that means very little or little by little Arabic. But it was still the kind of thing. Some of them spoke English, and now we managed, and it was an incredible experience. The dream of going to the World Cup during this period, and then we win the first 6 matches of the qualifying, which gets us to the final round, and then we show up one day for the draw in CAF. And it's an eerie feeling for me because the draw was held, it looked about like this. And they had the CAF officials and the FIFA officials, and I was actually sitting 3rd row, right on the end. It's a bad seat. Because now when they start this thing with the balls and they're